We begin our report in Gaza, where the Muslim holy month of Ramadan has begun with still no sign of a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Ramadan is a month of daytime fasting and is normally a joyous holiday for Muslims. But there is nothing to celebrate for Palestinians in Gaza after 5 months of war, and where fasting cannot be a sign of reverence in a place where a quarter of the total population are, quote, one step away from famine. That's according to the United Nations World Food Program, evaluating the condition of more than 500,000 Palestinians. Chris Livesay leads off our coverage from Jerusalem, where fears of violence are also growing.
With ceasefire negotiations failing, Israel says it's mobilizing for an offensive on Rafah, a Hamas stronghold, but also a refuge to 1.5 million Palestinians. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing his military will push ahead regardless of concerns from the White House, arguing any friction with the U.S., Israel's biggest ally, emboldens Hamas.
To the extent that Hamas believes that there's daylight between us, that doesn't help.
President Biden has been sharpening his criticism of Netanyahu over the loss of civilian life in Gaza.
He's hurting Israel more than helping Israel by making the rest of the world. It's contrary to what Israel stands for.
Israel insists it will allow a major evacuation of Rafah before the offensive, but hasn't revealed exactly how. This week marks the start of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month, a time of prayer and fasting, but in recent years, violence as well, over Israeli restrictions on accessing Muslim holy sites in Jerusalem. Muslims are heading to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. It's been a flashpoint in Ramadan's past, and this year, with the war in Gaza, tensions are boiling.
Palestinians.
Samar Sinaj Lawi is an activist with the Palestinian political party Fatah.
On Ramadan, everybody suddenly will feel that he has a sense of responsibility to act, not only to show solidarity. Suddenly the images that are coming out of Gaza that generated some kind of grief and sorrow will be translated into anger.
And Chris Livesay joins me now from Jerusalem. Chris, what is this division, this debate between Biden and Netanyahu? What does it mean for the conflict right now, and how do the people in Israel view it?
Well, John, it means, or at least suggests, that President Biden is trying to push Netanyahu into at least improving the humanitarian situation on the ground in Gaza, or perhaps even trying to push him out the door. Benjamin Netanyahu is already suffering from historically low polling. He's wildly unpopular. He has been ever since October 7th, when that Hamas massacre happened on his watch. However, Biden needs to be careful. He could push too hard and it could backfire, because at the end of the day, Israeli society, by and large, supports this war effort and doesn't tend to like it if it seems like Washington is dictating policy here. So even though Netanyahu is so unpopular, this could end up backfiring and helping him if he looks like he's the defender of Israeli interests.
We've been covering for weeks the discussions going on between the United States, Qatar, Egypt. They were hoping to broker some kind of a ceasefire, some kind of a deal. Why it's stuck? What's happening? What do we know about the latest?
Well, in broad strokes, we know that Israel has been insisting on the release of some, if not all, of the dozens of Israeli hostages who have been held by Hamas since October 7th, and Hamas has been refusing to do so. We know that Israel at one point was insisting on getting, at the very least, a list of the names of potential hostages that Hamas wanted to release in exchange for this ceasefire, and even that was not forthcoming. Meanwhile, you have this worsening humanitarian disaster unfolding, a quarter of the population on the doorstep of famine. That's according to the World Food Program. All of this as Ramadan is beginning. I mean, just imagine the 2 billion Muslims around the world who are fasting and looking at what's going on in Gaza, where their fellow Muslims can't get access to food at all because there just simply isn't any. And then on top of that, you have the Rafah border crossing with Egypt. Now, Egypt has refused to open that door, at least in large numbers, to the vast majority of Palestinians who would like to escape the fighting. And they've long worried about a human stampede if the crisis ever got worse than it was. And if there is indeed this Israeli offensive on Rafah, combining that with the hunger crisis that's taking place, well, they may have no choice but to eventually open up those doors, John.
Chris Livesay in Jerusalem for us. Thank you, Chris.